it's being used on the devices, and it's the new type of user experience. So now, as a developer, you have the ability to have an application that actually sits maybe on the top of the phone, or maybe just one click away from the phone. The other thing that's changing is the nature of applications themselves. They traditionally have been something that was a bundle, you download it to your phone, and you find it, open it, use it once in a while. A lot of new applications are connected apps, so connected to the internet, social networking apps, and one of the new trends is going to be on mobile mashups, just like we've seen on the web. So the ability to take social networking and mash them up with other kinds of media or news content.
So Mark, let me challenge you that. So the types of applications are not something the app stores provide. What value do the app stores, in your opinion, what you're providing to developers or to your partners like Carphone, what are you providing that wasn't provided before? What is that one big thing?
I think the one big thing is cross-platform. So the same, rich iPhone type experience, but across multiple platforms, whether it be Sony Ericsson or Samsung or Nokia. And that gives the operator or the retailer control to be able to roll out a unified experience across their portfolio.
Maybe I'll jump a couple and we'll come back, Brian, to you as well on this question. Let me go to Duke for a second, and if you can talk about it from a China mobile point of view as well. In China, what is that value that you're providing? What's the big deal? What's different from what China Mobile has provided to subscribers before?
I see. Okay. So I think from China Mobile point of view, we provide some major benefits to developers. Maybe the first is about the fragmentation issue. Because when you look into the handset today, we are facing some like Windows Mobile, Symbian, all type of different operating systems from different OEMs or suppliers. So developers are facing a major problem. Once they develop one application, they need to port to different OS to make it to reach the massive market. So to deal with that problem, maybe you ever heard about the JIO, the Joint Innovation Lab. We have this initiative to build a standard interface for developers. We will issue a standard SDK along with standard API interface to developers so that they can develop the application once, and this application can be run on any handsets, which will be OS independent. So that's one attribute we think as operator we can do because of the full chain integration we have. And another point is it's very obvious that operator have very good distribution channels. We can help to distribute applications to different area or different countries. The JIO is the leading four operators in the world, like China Mobile, Verizon, Vodafone, and SoftBank. So currently this four operator has together we have about 1 billion users. So if there is a US developers, you develop application according to the JIO spec, your application can be distributed to any corner of the world that these four operators covers. So that's a distribution advantage we have. I think the main point is from our operator point of view, we will be opening up a lot of mobile network related resource to the developers that which those will not be available through other platforms. For example, we can provide short message, MMS, mobile presence, and the location information to the developers. And I think another major attribute we can bring in is the billing relationship. For example, most of the applications are low cost, like $1. So for example, the mobile market, we announced we have a split of 70-30 the revenue split, like 70% will go to the developer, 30% will get in the operator pocket. But a lot of applications, they are like very low cost, like $1 or $2. So if you use a credit card to pay for these applications, the transaction fee for this micropayment is huge. I mean, for example, a lot of credit card charge 20 cents minimum for every transaction, and certain point of percentage over total revenue sales. So if you look into a $1 sale revenue, so basically they will eat up 20% of it. So it's not very efficient. So, but China Mobile, we have, I think all of the operators, we will have a direct billing relationship with all the customers. So we can do it this way, like we can accumulate all these transactions and bill the customer, develop once per month, so that we can avoid numerous transaction fees. So that's also another contribution we can bring into developers. Another typical resource we have from operator is address book, right? So the address, the contacts in your phone is your real friend, the people you're dealing with every day. So that's a resource. Maybe in the future we can open up to developers so that they can develop applications to network with your real friends. And I think we will talk about this discoverability issue among these applications. So one problem is with the applications, you have tons of applications. Like in Apple Store, you have 65,000 applications already. But applications below the top 20 or top 50 positions are buried. So one way to increase the discoverability is use social network or reference. So if the mobile operator can open up the address book type of contact to developers, they can leverage this to help to promote their applications very effectively.
Thank you. Brian, just to add to the question I asked, the iPhone has come along more recently and sort of popularized the App Store phenomenon even more, and I know Brew has been around for 7-8 years, as you mentioned. How would you compare and contrast? What is it that Apple has done that's caught the consumer's imagination? What is it that Qualcomm is doing in response to add that additional value to enable operators to offer app stores?
So I just wanted to answer the question around developer value first, and then I'll answer that one. So I think there are 3 areas that I think are really important.